Hey everybody, I know that it is ridiculously late in the year to be sharing my September Traveler's Notebook with you, but I figured it was better late than never, right? At least that's what I'm telling myself. So here we are at the very end of December and I am playing catch up with my Traveler's Notebooks. I'm still trying to finish up October, November, and December, but at least I have September's finished to show you today. So here we go. On the first page, I rarely do much of anything, and this one actually is blank. Then I have a spread that is about the International Festival that's held here in my hometown every year. And over on the left, we have a selfie that the fella and his little boy and I took. And on the right is my daughter posing with one of her dance students. We were all there at the International Festival, but at different time periods, so I don't have any photos of Kelsey with us because she had gone later in the day. The next section of my Cocoa Daisy Traveler's Notebook is the calendar portion, and I don't really decorate those pages. I just write down, literally things that are going on, appointments I have, things that are due, etc. So there's not a lot to show you there, but I did think that it would be worth it to just kind of share that I do use it as an actual calendar. Here I have a spread about the school year. We go back to school in the first week of August, but it wasn't until September that I felt like I could actually breathe, that I was back in the swing of things. So during my planning period one day, I posed for this photo. I set my self timer and did that. Then I journaled a little bit over here. Excuse me. I journaled over here a little bit about how it had been a little bit harder this year to get into the routine of things. And, that I didn't know if that had to do with my age or if that had to do with teaching a new course or some things that are changing at my job or what. And then all along this left-hand column, I just included stickers and some decorative sorts of things. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to shake this cough. I did use mostly the Cocoa Daisy supplies for this album, but sometimes I'll pull things in from my stash too. This next spread is just a couple of pictures from the fella's high school reunion. He had his 30-year high school reunion and we attended in September. Here is the table where we sat. I like that picture of us. It was nice to see them. And then here's a group photo that all of the attendees took. The fellow was a senior when I was a freshman, so I knew a lot of these faces, but these people, weren't my friends per se. But it was nice to catch up. I enjoyed it. It was a fun night. September was a little bit crazy because we were trying to prep for Kelsey's wedding. I was responsible for the brunch for the bridal party on the day of the wedding, and the fellow was responsible for the rehearsal dinner. So lots of, numbers to call and bids and things to do and all that sort of thing. This was a working list, so it's not very pretty, but I think it's real. In September, the wonderful girls over at 30 Days of Lists sent me a membership for their monthly listing, and I did a few pages for that. They are awesome. If you've never checked them out, I encourage you to do so. Amy and Cam are very sweet, and I'm always inspired by the lists that they come up with. It's always a really good springboard for my journaling. This list was inspired by their particular month, the big distractions in my life. And I noticed as I was making them that they're all based on media, so maybe there's a sign there. I don't know. Over on the right, I have a tiny picture of football Friday night. If you guys have been following me online or if you listen to the podcast, then you know that I adore high school football and I love nothing better than going out on Friday night and cheering on my purples. This particular photo was just okay. It wasn't great quality, and so I just printed it very small. you know, it's just representative of something that I do. There wasn't anything about this particular game that was especially important. On this page, I have another list inspired by the 30 Days of List Gals. These include my favorite things, and I thought that this list went nicely with all of the paper and ephemera that had been included in the Cocoa Daisy kit this month. I like to collect souvenirs, and as I started making the list, I was a little surprised at how many different things I like to collect. So that was fun. I'm glad that I have that. Here is a sweet little picture of Kelsey. She met me at home one day after school and we chatted a bit. And I just journaled, you know, that I'm glad that she still feels like this is her home even though she doesn't live here. And that I hope that that doesn't change. Here's another list inspired by Amy and Cam's list, the 30 Days Girls, lies that I tell myself. And then underneath each lie, I put the truth. You know, so I think that that's kind of cool. And this is actually one that I might want to turn into a full-size layout. I think that that might be fun. So I'm going to keep that as a possibility. I went back to my plan of keeping quotes. Just lots of different quotes that I read online, various places that inspired me. We attended the wedding of some dear friends in mid-September. Excuse me. So you see here on the left, the minister with the couple that's being married. And then over on the right, a snapshot of the fella and myself with the bridal party back behind us. It was such a fun wedding to attend because I wasn't responsible for anything. All we had to do was just show up and enjoy ourselves. The fellow and I danced a couple of dances. It was very nice, very nice. I had a good time. On this page, Kelsey sent me this photo by text. She and Jake picked up their marriage license the last week of September. And what was so fun is that they actually got their marriage license from the mom of one of Kelsey's best friends growing up. She works in the clerk's office. So that's kind of a cool little tidbit. And then the Wednesday before her wedding, I took off work and she and I, we had manicures and pedicures and we had great wine and great food together. We cried a little bit at dinner. We're kind of sappy, I guess. But I think that that's a great picture of my girl there. And this last spread for the month is about where I might travel this next year. You know, I have lots of possibilities. I'm thinking about somewhere in Northern Europe. I'm not sure exactly where. So I just kind of played around with this list and some washi tape. I made a list of things to remember. And to answer your question, no, I still haven't decided where I want to go for sure. But it sure is fun to think about it. So there you have it. Short and sweet today, the September 2016 Traveler's Notebook that I made. I hope you'll stick around and come back to my channel to see the last months of the year as I get them finished. And I hope that I've inspired you a little bit to maybe work on a Traveler's Notebook of your own. Until I talk to you next time, go and be crafty.